Hi, I'm Margaret and welcome to Garden School. Today is the day I'm going to take a look at what happened in the big containers where I planted potatoes some months ago. And in the meantime, the greens have grown up and I filled them up a little bit more so the container was a little bit fuller and there was more soil covering the seed potatoes and the vine below or the stem below where the other potatoes would develop. And as well as that, the hot weather, the vines have died back and really died back. They wilted several times and I thought maybe I should continue watering. But there was a point where I thought, you know what? I'm gonna stop watering because these vines I think are done. So today I'm gonna see what's in the big containers. So I have two quite large containers that probably a tree came in from the nursery, as well as some soil in here, and I pulled out the dried vines, and so this is what I mean by dried vines. They are very dry, and they came out just like that. So let's dig around here in the soil and see what we might find. Oh, there's a tiny one. Let's look for something else. That's great. So I'm gonna just continue to dig down in here, and I'm gonna use my hand because this soil is so nice and dry that I can certainly work this around with just my hand without using a metal tool. If I use a metal tool, it's quite likely that I would spear some of these and then I'd have to use them real quickly. But hey, you know what? These are not giant, but these are going to be really sweet. I'm going to just continue this and see what I get. Well, this is container number 2, and I have a different type of potato in here. So you can see how they have grown. Now, when it comes to the potatoes, these potatoes, what we call the potato, is actually a modified stem. And we can call them tubers and stuff, but it's a modified stem. And then these little hairy things are the roots. I'm going to continue to dig this one and then we'll take a look and see what our yield was. So out of these 2 containers, I got about 50 very fine sized potatoes and then a bunch of little, marble things, which are going to be super delicious. Now, I want to show you the nice sized ones. I'm so thrilled with all of these. I'm so thrilled with those too, but that's great. So I got about 50 really decent sized potatoes, and I will say in these 2 containers I bought 5 seed potatoes of each kind. So 10, I had like a 5-time yield. Not super stupendous, but this is going to provide quite a number of lovely meals. I'm pretty happy about that. And I'll say this was not my primary focus in the garden this year. Now, one thing I may do with these 2 large containers with this beautiful soil in them is moisten that soil, maybe fill it up a little bit more to the top, and then I could still put in some seedlings, some starts for a fall crop, maybe some lettuce or even some spinach, something like that, some leafy things. I could still have time to do that. I think I might do that. Well, you can see that planting potatoes in a container that needs a little bit of attention, some water periodically, can be a really fun project, especially for kids. Now, if you want to just go to the grocery store and buy potatoes to plant, do be aware that most of those potatoes are treated with a growth inhibitor so that they won't sprout when exposed to the light in a grocery store. Now you'll notice, even though they may be treated, sometimes I have discovered that potatoes I bought at the store are in a bag in a dark pantry, and lo and behold, they sprout after a while. I have planted those in containers and I get a little bit of yield. So even something like that is a fun thing to do with your kids or just with yourself. Well, I hope you have some fun with potatoes, and gonna have some cool baked potatoes and oven fries and yum, maybe some mashed potatoes too. Well, there's always more to learn in the garden. Bye-bye.